Do you want to hit the high notes of your favorite singers and songs with vocal power? Perhaps you're singing and you're feeling scratchy or hoarse, or your voice is getting tired from trying to hit the top notes. Or you could be speaking with a vocal fry, which a lot of people do these days, and that is really damaging to your voice if you do it more than 5% of the time. I'm singing lesson expert Rebeca Randle, and since 1990, it has been my passion to help my students transform their singing and speaking voice. Today, we're going to be having a very short lesson, but this is all based on vocal fold closure. And I'm not calling it a vocal cord because it's actually a vocal fold. So when you're singing, if you sing with air in your tone, like that, you will never get stronger, I guarantee it. You need whoo. So what we're going to be doing right now is focusing on bottom notes for men and for women. For guys, you're going to be down here. If you know the keyboard at all, D3, most guys can hit that. We're just going to be doing what is called a 1-3 progression of the 1-3-5. But we're just going to do these two notes. And then women are going to be up here. And this is going to be D4 to F sharp 4. Right, again, so guys are going to be down here. Okay, so that's where we're going to be working with today. Now first we need to talk about our breathing. And when you take a breath, this is the mechanics. Air goes up into your lungs, your intercostal muscles, which are your rib cage muscles. So say these are your bones of your rib cage. In between and underneath your rib musculature are your intercostal muscles. And when you take a breath, they expand out. So what happens is the air goes up into your lungs, but we don't want to see any movement up in the lungs, right? Air goes up in the lungs, the intercostals expand out, and the diaphragm pushes down. So when you go ahead and take a breath, you need to put a hand on your chest and then one on your lower belly. So you take a breath, and when you take a breath, air is going to expand out. So when I breathe out, comes out, and when I'm singing or breathing out air, it's going to go like this, right? So in and out. It's the same if you've ever seen a baby breathe and you see a little baby and their little tummy is moving out and in. Out and in, right where their belly button is. So it's below your belly button. If you breathe up in your chest, even a little bit, you're going to be creating a ton of tension all around your vocal folds. Here's the top of your vocal folds and the bottom. And you're going to be creating a lot of tension, which is going to give you vocal strain. Okay? So then we're also going to be working with what I call the crunch spot. And that's right below your breastbone, which is your sternum. So find your breastbone and go right underneath it and go hoo, hoo, hoo. Nice, clear. And it moves in, out, in, out, in, out. Hoo, hoo, hoo. You try it. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Good job. Now, in case you're going hoo, 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 and it's out, that is not how your diaphragm works. You got to make sure it goes hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay? So that you can just work on a bit on your own. All right, so now we're going to be talking about the notes I was talking about, which is down here. Remember, guys are down here, and I'm going to give an example because I'm a mezzo-soprano, which is synonymous with an alto. So we're going to be working with the bottom note of a D3 to F sharp 3 for guys, and women are going to be from a D4, if you know where that is, to an F sharp 4. And if you're going to talk about, well, where are things on the keyboard? If you know where middle C is, and that's normally right where, say you have a Yamaha, Casio keyboard, it's right above, a full step above middle C. And for guys, it's a full step above C3. Right, so if you're looking at the keyboard, C3, C4, C5, and that's high C for C6. Okay, so here we go. Be working with new woo. The reason we're doing the woo is it forces everything. The new is in your hard palate. So say these are your top teeth right here, your two front teeth right here, and you have your hard palate. Feel it with your tongue. It feels like it's a bubble, right? And then it goes back to your soft palate. Well, new woo is going to be right here And it's also going to be less open, right? So we're going to do new woo versus go to a new ah and open your mouth more and then potentially let out to more ear, right? Okay, here we go. This is how it sounds for guys. New. For girls, new. So let's try it together, okay? And I'm going to sing along with you, and then I'm going to give one where I'm not singing at all. Okay, here we go. Guys, new. So what you should feel is this nice, warm, spinning sensation. So what vibrato is, and that's a real challenge. I could get into all of what it is mechanically, but basically all you need to know right now is that your vibrato is what allows your vocal folds to develop. And so if we're singing no, that's no vibrato. And to get no vibrato, you actually have to take a breath and you get stuck. That means your belly does not move in. Now, this is phenomenal because when I actually had 15 years of improper training with people that had BAs from all the top music colleges, and I still would go in a lesson and I feel scratchy afterwards. Or I would do a gig, a concert, and I'd feel scratchy and I went, this isn't right. So I sought out a voice physiologist. And I learned that when your tummy moves in, your voice is relaxed and that allows the vibrato to happen. But if you get stuck, you have no vibrato. So if I'm going to go, new, tummy's not moving in. So this is your back and this is your tummy. I have a larger tummy, okay, so I guess we can make it like this. So new, no tummy movement. New, tummy's moving in. Does that make any sense to you? So here we're going to go back to this again. Guys down here. New. Women. New. Okay, now moving on. New. Guys. New. And remember again the new. So can you say that? New. It's not easy. Most people online are new. New, right? You've heard that a million times, but new woo lets it actually go and it feels like it's moving from down here up underneath the cheekbones and up and out and over. It It's a beautiful feeling. It feels like, whoo, effortless. New. Or guys, new. Now we're going to get into just a little bit about technique. When you go up the scale, you want to increase and lighten the tone. And when you go down the scale, you want to take out volume. So if you're going to have a sight reading course, this would be, a 0 would be you're going to take out the volume, and this would mean you're going to increase it, right? So if I'm here, no, that's no increase, and that's what we're working with right now. So now I want to see if you can do this. We're going to go no. Did you hear that increase? So that's how we want it. So you want that little crunch in the diaphragm to go ahead and say, okay, now we're going to increase the volume, right? This is what a lot of people do. They just go, they go and they push and they're down here, right? Instead of up here where I'm talking about, this is the placement. You can also put your fingers here. So for guys, put your fingers here, go new. Women or girls, new. Okay, so does that feel good? If you're starting to feel like you're getting the vocal fold closure, which is the only way your vocal folds develop. I'm not talking about if you're singing a song and you want to add air in your tone, ha, ha, right? You can do that because you're singing a song, but when you're vocalizing, you need no air in your tone, or I guarantee you, you will never get to expand your range by 1 or 2 octaves. So we were just talking about, if we're going to go, That is vocal powerlifting. So just if you were going to take a 5-pound weight, 10, 15, 20, right? And start to really increase your ability to get the tension and do eventually bench pressing, you need to learn how to bench press with your voice. And that's what I do with all my students. So I'm going to show you a different exercise. So I'm going to take it down lower so it's easier for everyone to do. So you can put your hands here and we're going to do whoa. And you're going to go whoa. And for guys, whoa. And how I got the vocal powerlifting is I gave a crunch at my diaphragm to get the sound increased and have it stay up here instead of go down here. That's vocal powerlifting. And that's how I create all the transformation with my students. Are you ready to strengthen your voice and be the best you can be? I have a ton of fun with my students, and in the process, you get vocal transformation. Are you ready to call and set up your lesson? Call the number below, 760-652-5823. Now this is a landline business phone, so it won't take any texting. If you're ready to set up your lesson, call now. And if you feel like you need a 15-minute vocal consultation, we're still doing that for a limited time only. Come and have fun with me. I want to help you transform your voice.